Okay, I'm Alicia Breedlove, and I am the 6 through 12 counselor. This is my second year, so.
Okay. I'm Brittany Landis, and I'm a 6 through 12 counselor also. I work mainly with the middle school, though. I do a lot with scheduling and just talking to kids when they have a bad day, and I don't know, all the things. And I've been here for 1.5 years now.
Yeah, she's the touchy-feely. I'm the admin more, so.
That's a great pairing. You need both of those. That sounds perfect.
When she's not here, I'm in a panic. So,
why don't you tell me a little about your district?
We're located in southern Indiana. So if you actually draw a triangle between Bloomington, Terre Haute, and Vincennes, we're right in the middle. So literally right in the middle. We're a small district. We have 1,396 kids, K-12. Our high school currently has 398 kids in it. We actually have 3 schools, but they're actually located right beside each other. So we have an elementary, middle school, and high school. But our middle school and high school are actually connected and have one principal. So that's why the 2 of us are basically here, so we can help all 682 kids that are in 6 through 12. But our town is very tiny. We pull kids a lot from surrounding districts, because we actually have more to offer than they do.
That's great. It reminds me of home, where my high school was down the street from my middle school and elementary school. You know, I can imagine in my head what your campus looks like.
Yeah, we're one big country block.
What made you look for a college readiness platform?
I think more because we were gearing towards that, and I knew that in the state of Indiana that was coming. We now have a lot of graduation requirements that require the career readiness. So we also have our own graduate profiles that we have at Linton-Stockton. So we wanted something that we could combine the two, and SchooLinks fit right in. So we could look for careers. We could, start collaborating with other people on it. There was all kinds of different positives that we had seen at different conferences. And then our superintendent walked in and said, "Hey, have you seen this thing called SchooLinks?" So we knew that we were going to be able to say, yeah, we'd seen it. It's a positive. So that's kind of where it started.
So the evaluation process there was just you researching ahead of time, getting ahead of what the state requirements you knew were coming.
Yes, definitely. Because Brittany and I are both kind of one of those planner people. You can't tell by looking at my office, but I like to be ahead of things, and I like to be very prepared. And this to me is going to prepare our kids way beyond than what we had expected.
What was the biggest driver there? Was it, you say like it'll help prepare your kids. What was that preparation, and what were you looking for in it?
I think originally when we saw it, we really just liked the features of the assistance it could give us with like scholarships and working with colleges to take our transcripts and get them to them, and the college application process and things like that. Like that was what we noticed first, I think. Yeah. And then all the other stuff was just kind of like a bonus for us.
And then other stuff being the career center and the experience hour tracking and that side of it.
Mm-hmm. And the aspect, like we didn't realize that it could be used for elementary as well. And so like the elementary check-ins and seeing how the kids are feeling and some of the career exploration stuff for them too. I mean, like we saw this one piece, and then once we started digging into it, we're like, oh, wow, this has a lot that can be offered K through 12 for our students.
You're one of the few districts I feel like that I get to talk to about the elementary side. So how long have you guys been using the elementary piece of SchooLinks with you?
We got it all at the same time. And so we rolled it out to our entire school corporation. And then we had like building meetings. And so I did a training with the elementary, and then Alicia did a training with the middle school and high school. And that all probably took place around November.
Yeah,
I think so. And we have a career coach, I think, who uses some of the videos and things like that with the elementary kids when she plans her lessons. And then the teachers do the check-ins at their discretion. So neither one of us are in the elementary to know exactly how much they are using it down there, but they are aware of what it can do, and and we get the digest that like gives us the updates on how the kids are feeling and stuff. So I do know that kids are getting on it weekly at least.
And that digest is based off of the check-in data, right? So this is how so it's the digest on the whole elementary school.
Yes.
Yeah, we get all the information, everything that the elementary does as well. So it's kind of nice to have that kind of report just come and saying, and if we see a kid's really struggling, I know Brittany's made a couple phone calls to teachers. Hey, what's going on down there today?
We don't have an elementary counselor right now, so it's kind of nice. It's a way that we can still check on our kids without somebody being down there on a regular basis. So those kids can still get, services if it looks like they need it.
And so I want to take a step back. You said how you rolled it out kind of district-wide because you got everything at once. How did that implementation process go? What did it look like? Was it smooth? Like,
the teachers actually were very receptive. So what we did is we have PD Fridays. So Brittany and I got to have 2 different Fridays in a row for PD. Our kids leave an hour early on Fridays, so we get the luxury of having something taught to us every Friday. But this one, the teachers were like, thank you, finally something we can actually use in our classroom. And the big thing that they're using is the games. So the game of life is a big thing that they're using in their classroom, and their kids are actually like taking notes on it. And I mean, they're doing a lot on it. Plus the career readiness, they're all trying to establish, what career is best here. And it's so funny because they'll say, well, I took the test and it said I'm this, but then I took the test today and it says I'm this. I'm like, it's going to change. I mean, so it just makes me giggle. But the teachers actually were very receptive, and it actually was very easy. We're just getting ready to send it out, though. We're going to send out some more videos that Becca sent me yesterday to our teachers to remind them, this is what you can do with it. So we're going to get that piece aspect in it and more involved.
And so you're saying the teachers are actually using the assessments and the learning units actually. So there's no some districts do like a homeroom. You're saying your teachers are actually using it throughout the curriculum throughout the year.
Yeah.
Is that right?
And some of our teachers, like if they have to be gone and they don't plan on being gone, they use it as like emergency sub-plans, and like we'll put in there for the kids to explore a university or play the game of life and write a little report on what they found out and stuff like that, which I think is awesome.
Yeah. So what was the initial reaction from students then? It sounds like the teacher's reaction was positive.
Well, the funny thing was, the students are cracking me up because they'll come in and they'll say, so did you get this thing called school something that we have to do all the time? And I said, yes, I was involved in that. And I go, it's really fun. We love the game of life. So especially my seniors, I think they've had a good time with it, and they didn't realize that they could play those kind of things with that. I've got one senior, he ran with it. He applied to 14 different schools, and every school he put his acceptance letter on there. He's put his money that he's received from each school. I mean, he's had a blast with it. And I still catch him on there playing the game of life because that's what he's money driven. So he's like, yeah, if I do this job, then, this is what I got. And he'll come and tell me that he was on it. So we just now started to go into where we're exploring the scholarship aspect. So far, I think the kids are really enjoying it. I mean, at first they were like, what is this, And even my 17-year-old, he's like, Mom, why are you making me do this? Because I use him a lot to play with it to see, what his side of it is. So he's like, but he actually has been getting it on when he's just goofing around in class. So, I think it's really, it's a huge positive. And once we get it 100% rolled out, it'll be even more for the kids. So
as much as I don't promote goofing off in class, I'm glad they're goofing off using SchooLinks and playing around.
Yeah. Well, if he has any downtime, I think that's what he's been on. Cause usually downtime, the kids would go play games. So now I catch him going more to SchooLinks and researching things. So.
That's excellent.
I think it's nice too. I like the feature where they can go in and look at different universities and things like that and do like the campus visits and stuff, because a lot of our kids, like I have a daughter who doesn't want to miss a lot of school to visit, colleges and stuff like that. And so like there's all these universities at her disposal that she can go and check out and, see what's, out there without actually having to go visit.
Oh, actually using the whole exploration part in the College Board. Oh, that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And it's good for our 21st century scholars also, because one of their requirements is to go on a campus tour, and it can be a virtual tour or it can be an in-person one. And so for some of those kids who don't have a vehicle or their parents work and can't get them on a college visit, it's another way for them to explore a university that they might be interested in.
And you mentioned, you part of the initial drive was the preparing students for the workforce and the career exploration. Is that mostly being done in the classroom, or are you actually like assigning out activities and students are going in and exploring the career center? And
Well, we actually do have a 25-minute homeroom period. It's called SRT, and our kids are doing every Monday they do something different. So on like one Monday a month, our kids are getting on SchooLinks and actually doing the activities. So that's how we got it introduced to our students, is that one Monday. So, and it's just kind of ran from there.
All right, I'm going to throw you both a curveball. You mentioned a few things, but I always want to ask, if you were going to offer one piece of advice to a district who's just starting with SchooLinks, what would it be?
Be prepared to have all the classes set up. That's the front part is the hardest, but I'm telling you what, once you get through that, it's well worth it.
And I think a willingness to kind of take it slow. I don't think you can have the expectation that on day one, you're going to have it totally rolled out to the kids. Like you need to do like step by step and just be willing to maybe not do everything the first year, like this year, this is my plan. Second year, this is our plan, and then build on it each year, because it can be a lot, but it's all very beneficial. So I think you want to do as much of it as you can, but just have realistic expectations with what you can get done, in the beginning.
And so what kind of, outcomes and metrics have you seen so far in the year and a half that you guys have had, or a year, I think, that you've had SchooLinks?
Well, actually, we just started in August. So.
Oh, I thought.
Nope.
I wrote the wrong date on my note. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. We just actually started in August. So the biggest data that I've seen is the college applications. That data to me is just who's applied where and when, and then now we're looking at the check-in data. I mean, the check-in data to me is essential. If we can figure out, where the kids are feeling and how we can help them, it's been a really good tool for our teachers, because the teachers get that instant feedback, and then we get it. So we know also if we need to check in on somebody. So a lot of the data that we're getting, I mean, it's just going to keep growing the more we do it.
I think each year we're going to see more and more being utilized and things like that. Right now, we're just trying to just jump on board and utilize it to the best of our abilities. But yeah, I don't really.
Yeah, we're going to roll it out to parents in August. So we haven't even rolled it out to our parents yet. So it's just all been students. So.
Definitely taking a note to follow up in September on the parents' reactions and how the parents feel about it. I'm sure it'll be similar to the students, is my experience. So first everyone goes, oh, another new thing. Why do I need this? And then after a month, this is really great. Look, there's a digest. It makes it simple. It's one click, a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as a parent, like if I could see those check-ins that my kids are doing each week, I think that'd be very beneficial, because sometimes kids aren't always willing to open up or tell you about their day or their week at school or whatever. And if you see, hey, they've marked for 3 weeks that they're sad or they're stressed or they're tired or whatever, as a parent, I could dive into that information a little bit more too and see, how can I help my kid?
Exactly. So I feel like we've covered a lot of great stuff. Is there anything else that you want to share? Anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, if a district is really trying to decide between the two, SchooLinks, by far, based on my research, is probably one of the best programs that we've added to Linton. So, I mean, I can't brag about it enough. I mean, granted, Brittany and I at one point, I think we're pulling our hair out, putting all the classes in, but it has been a huge benefit to our students.